Welcome to Forex Overland and August 2018 vlog. This video is principally for my big fans, those fans that love my work, follow my work, whether you follow it on Patreon, Vimeo or YouTube. Africa was amazing. Africa was, oh. You know, I hadn't traveled to Africa in 2017 and I landed and got on the ground and got into the bush and realized how much I'd missed it. So I think, and I say this with most of my series, I think it could very well be one of our best. I don't think Trans-Australia was one of my best, and I did have quite a few people who were pretty disappointed about the fact that I didn't complete the route. And I took your comments very, very seriously, and I believe that you had every right to be disappointed that I didn't finish the route as I had first planned. You don't have a right to complain. Complain, no. Disappointed, I'm flattered that you're disappointed. I was disappointed. But things, what they were, and really to get, and some people said they were deceived, and all that's kind of got really quite, some people were really quite angry about it. It's not my job to entertain you. I love doing what I'm doing, but you must understand that my shows are very much what happens, happens. If you want contrived stuff where everybody's doing everything, smiling and all the way along the line, watch Discovery Channel. This is real. These are real expeditions. And I am exactly like you are. I can get in a truck, get in a vehicle, whether it's my own or rented. The one that I rented in Africa was supplied to us by Tech Pro Safaris, loaned us the vehicle. It was great. We had this fantastic time. What you see is what happens. I don't make up anything. So if you want everything rosy and yeah, go and watch Discovery Channel. I don't watch Discovery Channel. So yeah, I'm disappointed that I didn't make the trip either. Is it my best work, Trans-Australia? Some people said it is. I don't think it is. Africa could be. I'm busy editing it now. In the next episode, Gwyn realizes something.
Idiots abroad, what can I say?
I get all nostalgic. This is that same river, and we make friends with a bird. Probably my single favourite moment in the entire production is when I have finished an episode and I can say, right, let's go and have a look at it on the big screen. We had an amazing time. We had some incredible close encounters with some animals, and that was the whole goal of it, was to find amazing close encounters in Africa of wild animals, and we did. And it was fantastic. Traveling with my good mate Jeremy James from Seattle was fantastic.
Thousands of Ks in the bush and seeing unbelievable animals.
Gwyn was with me for half the trip. It was so nice having her with me.
Them there and there. I mean, that one's really fresh, even here.
We had an absolute ball. I shot lovely footage, and I've just released a video on my other channel now on what video equipment that I used. I've just uploaded 2 videos, one about the photographic equipment. I am frequently asked, what equipment do you use to shoot your videos? This equipment is fantastic. And the second one about drones and what I'm learning about filming with drones. What they do is they are superb establishing shot machines. And talking about videography and photography and camera equipment and things like that, my experiences filming. My second YouTube channel has up to now been used for lots of different things, including my photography work, but also commentary about stuff. And I've decided to dedicate it to videography, storytelling and photography, the methods I use to tell my stories and all my experiences along those lines. And this is my favorite lens of all. Again, the Sony G Master. And I have a question for you. I don't know whether to put them on my regular Forex Overland YouTube channel or to put them on a separate channel. Now this is particularly relevant to those of you supporting me on Patreon. Now, I'd like to take a census, please, a survey. Would you like me to keep them on my separate channel, Or would you like me to put them, along with all of my other stuff, on my Adventure Travel 4XO channel, the one that you're watching this video on now? So if you could write in the description below, just make a little comment, same, 4XO means this channel, or other channel means I just need to get some kind of indication from the people that follow my work. What would you prefer? This is particularly important to my Patreons. Do you want photography and videography videos to be part of what I'm presenting? Or would you like them to be separated? So again, if you can respond to me, you can either respond to me here, you can respond to me on the Patreon link message board. That's always great. That's a really, really good way of doing it. Or alternatively, on Instagram. We're going to be posting the same survey on Instagram. If you could help me out, just so I can understand what my viewers want, because that's obviously what I want to do. But I will be sharing lots more in the future about how I go about telling my stories. Those Africa expedition videos will be released to Patreons. Now, the Patreon supporters get it in 4K on Vimeo. It's a private Vimeo channel. You cannot access it. The public cannot access it. And what I'll do is I'll release, I think there could be as many as 8 episodes on for the Africa series. And what I will do is, for the Patreons, I will release 4 or 5 of them immediately in the first week of September, so that you can binge watch them. You can just sit and watch all of them in 5K. And then the second half, because I will be editing through September as well, the second half then will be released in October. Again, I'll release at least 4 or the balance of the episodes in the first week in October. So you can just watch the whole series. In terms of the public on YouTube, they will be in HD, not 4K. And I will release them from early October, 1 video a week, probably every Tuesday, every day from the first week in October all the way through, and I'll just run the series through 1 a week. Have a look at the trailer. The trailer that I released about the thing gives you a little bit of a taste on what's to come. For my Patreons, earlier this month I released my new book. It's called Back to Africa, and it's free to Patreons. But I just wanted to mention it here, that book will become available for sale on Amazon on the 10th of September. But you Patreons, that free link will be removed on the 10th of September. I can't have them running. Amazon won't let me run them simultaneously. So don't wait. Go and get the book. Even if you don't want to read it now, go and get the book now, because I can't offer it to you free later. Amazon are quite strict about things like that. And then when the book becomes available to the general public for sale on Amazon, I will make an announcement of that as well. The book is about the history of my exploration in Africa, and it really is very anecdotal. It started with the idea that I mentioned, and you may remember, of beautiful images, lovely pictures of campsites and places that I'd overnighted in the middle of Africa, and a little anecdote about that place, that particular campsite. And it developed into a little bit more than that. It developed into a kind of a history, a story of my life as a motoring journalist, working with four-wheel drives, working in the wilderness, and working with Africa. And that's what that book's come. So it's not just a picture book anymore. It's got a lot of anecdotal stories that go with it, and I think you'll enjoy it. If you've liked any of my previous books, you'll enjoy this one. To wrap up, Kate.
Isn't this the tent that Paul used on the canning stock?
Yeah. Many of you know Kate from Trans-Australia, from Zambia, some of my Africa trips. I must say I'm really impressed with Kate. I don't think she's ever been in this kind of environment before. We crammed quite tightly onto the pond, lots of people around. She could easily be feeling really quite nervous and intimidated. She's clearly not. Got married earlier this year. She got married in Bali.
Colors and promise.
And she and her husband Cameron have bought a boat. More specifically, a yacht.
A week of being on honeymoon, we decided this is what we want to do.
They are going sailing. They're going to start a YouTube channel. The link is below and above.
And it was brilliant. And that day that we saw it, we just looked at each other while we were in the boat, which we probably shouldn't have done. They teach you when you buy a house not to be like excited, and we were so excited.
And they're just starting their YouTube channel now, and they're calling themselves
Oh Johnny, how you can love.
Young Married and Sailing. They have no sailing experience at all.
We know absolutely nothing about sailing.
If I think about Kate and Cam, it reminds me of Gwen and I. We did buy a house quite early on in after we got married, but we didn't keep it for very long because we realised there was more to life than just a house and a mortgage and jobs and work and children. And we went off and we had our adventure. So I applaud them completely. Is this easy? No. No adventure is easy. It's just not. Is it worth it? Well, 1,000,000 times yes. So I applaud them every step of the way. They will be documenting it all along the way on their new YouTube channel. So if you want to go and have a look at their first video, which is up, and they did it all, they filmed it all. I'm not helping them in any meaningful way anyway. And it's a lovely little story. Go and have a look at it. Also, they're on their channel, they're going to post some of their wedding stuff, which is my eldest daughter Stephanie made the wedding video. She did a beautiful job, such a beautiful job. I think that's going to be something very, very special. A chip off the old block, I guess you could call it that. That wraps it up. Thank you for your support, particularly to those Patreons that support my work. You know who you are. Thank you for making this possible. Bye for now.